West Denver. Sleep deprived and heavily caffeinated.
All right, let's do this then.
This is the Jeff and Bill Show.
I don't understand why this is an
agree with
issue.
that.
They don't always agree, but hey, at least they have coffee.
Coffee.
And each other.
I love you, man.
God help us.
I want to bless him. We need all the help we can get.
Now here's Jeff Hunt and Bill Thorpe. The Jeff and Bill Show on News Talk 710 KNUS.
We are back at it. 6 a.m. in the Mile High City on this Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Good morning, Denver, Colorado. You've tuned in to the Jeff and Bill Show, News Talk 710 KNUS. I'm your co-host, Jeff Hunt, along with Bill Thorpe, back from Labor Day. Labor Day.
Did you labor?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
Because you got the ranch
dude,
thing. So I'm always, you
Yeah.
always outwork me. So,
But
yeah.
I love it so much
Yeah.
that it's kind of work, it's kind of not work.
That is
Yeah.
true, and that's nice.
So-
that is unlike how I view yard work, which is more like a punishment.
I
Yeah.
also have three strapping young men.
Yes.
I was talking to my
That is
wife
awesome.
about that over the weekend where I'm like, dude, what are we going to do when these boys are gone?
Oh, I know. Although my favorite line from one of my kids is always, come on, we're going to do a little bit of manual labor. And they always turn to me and go, wait, there's a manual? I'm like, I deserve that. I deserve that. You're my children. I deserve that.
Did you have a good weekend, Bill?
Yeah, I did. Spent a lot of time in-laws. Went down to Clancy's Pub Saturday. They were doing their half St. Patrick's Day celebration, so live music. And, okay, I got to tell you, ate maybe the best hamburger concoction I ever have. Now, I'm not saying that the patty and everything itself, but what they did with it, oh, good God, where's this been in my life? Okay, this is what it was. Okay. Now, again, Clancy does a good job with burgers. I had not perused this without a friend's recommendation on the burger side of things. I'd done the fish and chips and some other stuff. And he's like, wait, you haven't done this burger? I went, no. And he goes, hey, you're an idiot. Come and do the burger when you're going. So I went there. Burger. On top of the burger is slow roasted corned beef. On top of that, sauerkraut. On top of that, Swiss cheese. Topping the Swiss cheese, fresh onions, not grilled, fresh onions. Then tomato, then lettuce, then Thousand Island dressing. It was a Reuben and a burger.
How do you get that? You have to like squish it down? How do you get that
I'm just saying,
a single bite out of that one?
I had to, okay, I got to come clean on this one. I had to fork and knife it. It was so big.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Had to. Now, I wasn't eating off the fork. At least I wasn't that guy. But I did have to cut it into fourths and then grab the little corner and pick it up that way. And even then, I made a mess all over myself. But the combination of a hamburger and a Reuben, oh my gosh. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So did that one. Spend some time watching movies with kids. We're catching up on some game shows that we enjoyed that are kind of off the beaten path. Enjoyed those this weekend. Saw my mom cleaning our carpets at home because I love the fact that my father-in-law has his own carpet cleaning machine, like the professional level, like the rug doctor. You go and you rent the rug doctor, that's what he's got in the basement. So we're bringing that to clean the carpets because our children are filthy and spill things all over the place. And I understand that. And sometimes me too. So we were doing that one. Yeah, had a lot of fun. Yeah, did some
That's
movies.
great.
And then it was English transfer day yesterday, which again, it's chaos because everybody is trying to transfer, and it is just absolutely nuts. Everybody's seen that Draft Day movie. It's that on
Kevin Costner.
steroids. That you think that's chaotic? That's nothing compared to what happens on the final day of the English transfer window. And so that was yesterday. So that was a lot of fun. How about you? What did you
Busy
do, my
weekend.
friend?
No, we were
Yeah,
recovering.
tell me.
It was one of those staycations for the Hunt family, which was great. Lots of work done around the ranch. But we had a wonderful time, and we are back at it. And none of us got shot ding-dong ditching.
Ooh, you saw that, did you?
dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
One, because I invented ding dong ditching. Okay? So I know this thing intricately.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
One time, to give you a sense of how well
Yes.
I know ding dong ditching.
Yes. Yes. Please tell me. Yes.
We got ding dong ditched when we were living in Highlands Ranch. Nobody ding dong ditches us in Elizabeth anymore because
It's too far to
I can
run.
watch a dog run away for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
out
exactly.
where we
It's
live.
like, where do you run and hide? It's, like- it's a marathon to get to your door. Yes.
So we got ding dong ditched in Highlands Ranch one time,
Yeah.
and I just stood at my door and I looked around, had those like John Wayne eyes, and I just go, there. And I walked right out to the tree he was hiding behind, and I go, come on, get up. And I was
That's
like,
funny.
don't ding dong ditch me.
Yeah.
I invented ding dong ditching.
That's
okay?
funny.
I know exactly where you're going to hide.
Yeah.
I know how not to get caught. All that because I was a
Yeah.
prolific ding dong ditcher
That's funny.
when I was growing up. And to see this 11-year-old boy get shot over
Yeah.
ding dong ditching, and he
That-
was
yeah.
a block away when he got shot.
The thing for me is that you're doing it while they're running away. That's a part that okay. Now we have seen those stories where the one from a couple of years ago where the kid was lost and he walks up to the old guy's porch, knocks
Yeah.
on the door, and the dude shoots
Shoots
him.
him?
You're like, whoa, okay,
Bro.
I don't agree with it, and I think that's a horrible mistake. But I can understand how you can make that mistake with having someone, whoever it is, on your porch at that instance, being too scared, too worried because of a potential threat. But when the person that you're thinking is a threat enough to pull a firearm is a distance away and has their back to you,
Yes.
I question your responsibility as a firearms owner and what the actual danger is that you were feeling, or is it more about getting revenge? Is it more about, I'm going to teach you a lesson?
This is just being a jerk.
Yes,
Man,
yes, it
you
is.
absolutely deserve to get arrested for murder. As someone who has done the ding dong ditching
Oh, yeah.
and been ding dong ditched.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It didn't.
Bro,
Yeah.
there are so many other levels to go to before grabbing a gun
yeah.
and shooting.
Yes.
First of all, you could let's just go with the basic level.
Yeah.
Install a ring cam,
Yes. That's the easiest.
figure out who it is, and notify the parents.
And
If
especially-
if it's that crazy, if it's life in jail for murder or take the time to plug in the ring cam.
Okay. Now, most of the listeners on the Jeff and Bill show have someone in their social circle that is on Nextdoor for your neighborhood. It may not
Yes!
be you or a family. Now, how many times on the Nextdoor do you see people posting pictures of these people were in our neighborhood, this
Yes.
person was near my car?
Right.
You get Ring camera photos all the time. That's all you would
Daily.
have had to do. Ring camera photo, place it on Nextdoor, or you could even go so far as to go down to your local print shop and laminate posters saying, do you know who this is? They ding dong ditch me, to at least have a little bit of like public shaming.
Let's say it's prolific. Let's
Yes.
say it's on a nightly basis,
several
5
times a night.
times, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Like you're about to lose your mind.
Yeah, they're like, it's like after the hailstorms. You get those people walking by telling you your roof's broken.
Yeah.
It's like every 2 hours. So yeah, that's what happens. So they're doing that. Yeah.
I mean, he could have gone that route. And I saw in this article that the kid lived a block away. So
Yeah.
he knew who this kid was.
Yeah. Or had the ability to figure it out. Yeah. One or the other.
Definitely.
One or
definitely.
the other.
That's
This was
the most basic
not a
level.
mystery.
You just keep it within the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you call the HOA.
Yeah.
Maybe there's somebody within the neighborhood. Walk down to their house. Knock on the door. Little Jimmy's getting out of hand here, guys.
No.
Come on.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You walk down to the house, you ring the doorbell, and then you run away.
Then you run away. Yeah.
Do it to them. I'm sorry.
There's so many important life lessons you learn ding dong ditching.
Yes.
Okay. One being, you don't have to be the fastest guy to run
Yes.
away. You just don't want to be the slowest.
Yes.
I remember my friend Greg.
Yeah.
He and I taking off running. Greg wasn't quite as fast.
You're like, I'm easy. This is easy.
Guess who got caught?
Yeah, of course.
Drugged back, called the dad.
Of course.
All that stuff.
They were your slower friends were an insurance policy.
Yes,
That just in case this went sideways, I'm still okay. And the other thing you learn when you're ding dong ditching, okay, and this is very important for later on in life. Clothing matters.
Yes.
What you choose to wear when you're going ding-dong ditching matters a lot, because choosing something that is either bright-colored or reflective doesn't help out at all. One of the best times my friend and I had ding-dong ditching is, I think I've told this story before, there was a store near his house that we could walk to. It was, a couple of miles away, and it was a martial arts store. And so we bought throwing stars. So we thought we were little tiny ninjas to be. So we saved and scraped and saved. I remember it's got to be 9-10 months. I saved my allowance until I could finally mail order my own ninja suit. Now, when it arrived, I was in heaven, because it was like the official gi and then done up with a ninja stuff and a hood and everything else. So we would go out and we'd dress all in black and we'd go ding-dong ditching. Because you couldn't see us.
Brilliant.
You couldn't see us. Yes.
And
That was exactly
there was
it.
something
It was
freeing
beautiful.
about being like 10, 11, 12, running around the neighborhood late at night.
Yes.
Not getting caught, doing stuff that was naughty.
Yes, stuff
and
you were
then,
supposed to.
yes. Trying to escape.
Yes. There also are many life lessons that are taught during that time. Yes. Exactly.
It's not the end of the world. It's
not.
definitely not worth shooting the guy over.
Not for ringing the doorbell. That's just silly.
This guy deserves to get charged for murder.
Absolutely.
I would love to hear from you, though, if you have any ding-dong ditch stories.
Yeah, what did you guys do as kids? What were the things that you caused problems in the neighborhood? Was it ding-dong ditch, and did you get caught? Who was it and how caught you as you were doing ding-dong ditch? And what were the other little things? Did you ever do the dog poop in a bag and light it on fire? I'd be curious if anyone in our
I never
audience
did that.
I didn't
Because
either.
I was afraid that could light someone's house on fire.
Well,
I
for me-
didn't want to be busted for arson.
For me, it was the collection of the poop. I'm like, I am not gonna. It just seemed like so many steps that involved me. Someone of my friends was picking up dog poop, placing it in a bag, and then there were a lot of things that involved relocation and movement of poop. And I just figured, I'm going to pass on that one. I'm not that concerned about this prank to involve fecal matter. There are other things we can do. That was just me.
We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call, 303-696-1971. Text us on the Dan Capitalist Law text line at 720-819-5115. Does this guy deserve to be charged with murder for shooting an 11-year-old boy while he was playing ding-dong ditch, running away, opening fire, and hitting the guy when he was a block away? Obviously not an imminent threat. Do you think this guy deserves to be charged with murder? Would love to hear from you, but now is time for Blake Olson, known throughout the neighborhood as the chief ding-dong ditcher of his time. Ladies and gentlemen, Blake Olson.
Blake Olson.
Blake Olson, news and comment.
Hey, good Tuesday morning. 54 and clear in Denver, expecting a high of 85 today. This portion of the news sponsored by Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning at 303-777-1234 to learn more about special savings opportunities on Lennox equipment. Our top story, DJT set to make an announcement from the Oval Office today at noon. The drive-by media trying to make news about DJT's health over the weekend because he didn't do that much other than play golf. So, they thought he was dying or something. But he said Sunday that he's never felt better. Denver police investigating a shooting last night that sent one person to the hospital. It happened in the 1200 block of South Federal. One person was seriously injured in the shooting. No information about possible suspects or the motive has been released. 21-year-old Isaiah Small has been arrested following a Labor Day shooting in Adams County. The suspect was involved in a dispute with a construction worker near East 62nd Avenue and Broadway Monday morning. The altercation allegedly led to the suspect to shoot the worker in the leg and then leave the area. Small was later arrested for suspicion of first-degree assault and felony menacing.
Just a reminder, this is why we have jails.
Thank you.
Right? We build them
and
because there's people out there like this who get so upset over a speed thing in a construction zone that they shoot the guy working there.
Right. Exactly. The guy's just trying to keep the speed down.
We just need to have more understanding. There's a reason this guy has anger problems.
Can you, I know you're not an attorney, but can you explain this? Okay, arrested for suspicion of first-degree assault and felony menacing. Why isn't it
Attempted murder.
attempted murder? Why? I don't get that.
Probably the DA.
Is that what it is?
Probably. I mean, some of
Okay.
these DAs are just like, oh, gosh.
Must be.
You know,
Oh,
this
poor
guy
guy.
just deserves a hug. If he
God,
had just
and-
been hugged more as a kid.
And nothing drives me more crazy than people speeding in construction zones.
Yeah.
And those poor guys and gals working the construction site and people just driving like they're not even, on the road. This is how people die. We see it every year. Hey, by the way, on the ding dong ditching, real quickly, about 2 months ago, we all three of us, all four of us, five of us, six of us go to bed early to do this show, right?
Yep.
So I'm like dead to the world, asleep, and someone's banging on my window in our master bedroom, and I'm like,
Whoa.
what the heck? And I wake up,
Banging on the window in your bedroom?
Yeah, yes. So, it's like 11 o'clock or whatever. Well, the neighbor kids, 13 years old, they have a hot tub, and I see him scaling we don't have a high fence, but a short fence, and I see him scaling and running back to the hot tub. I'm like, man, I have to do this. So I go outside, go to our side of the yard, and I look over there, and I won't say his name, and I said, hey, by chance, guys, did you happen to see a man or someone knocking on my window? I don't understand what happened. And they're like, no, we didn't see. Okay, could you do me a favor, though, if you see this criminal, creeping around and trying to rap on the window or over here walking somewhere, could you tell him to ring my doorbell next time?
Oh, that's great.
I was acting like an old man.
Nice job.
Yeah, it was funny. And they were like, oh, yeah, we will. I said,
We'll help you
be careful out there because he could be creeping around the backyard
Oh,
here.
that's great.
So anyway,
Get the hose out.
Good job.
Spray him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It was fun.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. They were just like, that guy's crazy.
Thank you for not shooting him.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
that
another
happened
level.
in Houston.
That's another
Yeah.
level of stupid
Oh,
is
my
tapping on
God.
someone's bedroom window.
Right.
That
So I
could
had
that
to-
could get you
yes.
shot, but ringing somebody's doorbell.
Yes. And their dog keeps me up all the time with his howling. You've heard that. I've played that.
Oh,
for you.
Oh, yeah, we've heard that.
Great
They're
neighbors.
great. Yeah, they're great kids. They're fine. I used to do it too. All right. A spokesperson with the Summit County Sheriff's Office says a man died Sunday in an ATV accident. He was in an off-roading area near Georgia Pass when emergency crews found the victim pinned under the ATV on Glacier Ridge. Officials say he was pronounced dead on the scene. He was wearing a helmet and other gear. The House Oversight Committee will hold a private bipartisan meeting today with survivors of the Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, survivors of their criminal activity. Chairman James Comer announced the session ahead of a planned news conference Wednesday with Representatives Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna. Comer also requests suspicious activity reports from Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent to aid the committee's investigation into federal enforcement of sex trafficking laws linked to Epstein and Maxwell. Mayor Brandon Johnson, Chicago, warning DJT that the Windy City will not welcome federal immigration agents or National Guard troops. Johnson delivered, a strong message against federal presence as reports grow about an upcoming ICE operation in the city. One Chicago alderman supports the help from DJT.
We should be working to make sure that we are in coordination with each other. There's nothing stopping the mayor of the city of Chicago, the governor of the state of Illinois, from picking up the phone and reaching out to the president of the United States and saying, what can we do to be on the same page? We should all be looking to continuously decrease the amount of victims in our city and in our state. And instead, we're getting into this tit-for-tat social media back and forth nonsense, which is only putting the people of Chicago and the people of Illinois in the middle, in the crosshairs of who the criminals who are going to use this time to exploit and go crazy, as we're continuing to see this weekend, where we've had multiple mass shootings, multiple.
It's unbelievable. 7 deaths, 31 shootings, over 50 people shot in Chicago. Just out of control. Missouri wants to add more Republican seats to Congress. Governor Mike Kehoe made the announcement while unveiling a proposed congressional map of the Republican-led state, adding he wants to start this week. Rosie O'Crazy said the Minneapolis shooter was your typical NRA right-wing guy type. So she issued an apology, good for her, over the weekend. But she's always wrong. She's a clown.
I know a lot of you were very upset about the video I made before I went away for a few days. I didn't go online and haven't seen them till today. But you are right. I did not do my due diligence before I made that emotional statement. And I said things about the shooter that were incorrect. I assumed, like most shooters, they followed a standard MO and had standard, feelings of NRA-loving kind of gun people. Anyway, the truth is, I messed up, and when you mess up, you fess up. I'm sorry. This is my apology video, and I hope it's enough.
Okay, it's enough for now.
Okay, and so NRA members are not shooting people. They're the most.
Right.
They are the most committed to
Exactly.
safety people out there.
Exactly.
It's people who
They're the
steal
ones who
guns.
don't kill people.
It's the people. Yeah, you're not.
They kill animals.
Yeah, I mean that's about it.
Not people.
Right?
Legally. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's so bad. You know what? She's so great. I got to play the beginning of it for you.
Hi, everybody. It's Rosie O'Donnell, star of the Flintstones.
Star of the Flintstones. And then she continues with this. This part cracks me up.
Listen, I have a cold sore. I know. Happens. Get run down.
She get run down. She has a cold sore above her lip. And she says, I know it happens. Get run down. It's just a horrible life. I mean, lady, how much money do you have? Seriously? And she's talking about the cold sore.
No. Anyway.
Oh, God, sorry.
So, Blake, do you know Andy No by any chance? Do you follow him as a journalist?
I follow him, yeah.
Yeah, I hosted him
Absolutely.
at the Western Conservative Summit one year. Brilliant
Yes.
guy, exposes Antifa, who's behind it, who's funding it, all that stuff. He's been tracking this story and thinks we've gotten the mom wrong all along about this.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard something about this last night, but I didn't
So,
see anything
according
this
to
morning.
his sources, the mom of this shooter, the Minnesota shooter, was like the only reasonable one in that family. That was like the holdout. I guess she's pro-life. She didn't want her
Really?
son to transition. She felt bullied into it. She's been conservative. And basically the way the marriage was, so they're divorced from the father. And there's, I think, 4 kids in the family. And mom was the conservative one, dad very progressive, and they would go behind mom's back to get dad to do things. And she signed off only on the transition when she was kind of pushed with that, if we don't do it, he's going to commit suicide type of thing.
Oh, wow.
And she just has always been this, tried to be this voice of reason in the midst of all of it, but was just overwhelmed, bullied
Oh, that's
by
horrible.
all this, and is not the crazy progressive mom that everyone's making her out to be. That's what Andy knows reporting. So
that's interesting. He's extremely credible as far as I know.
yeah,
And I know you know him. So, I mean, he goes deep, man. There is no doubt. Wow, that's interesting because she worked at the church, at the school. And it'll be very, very.
she lives in
fascinating to hear
Florida
more.
now and left once all the kids were out of the house. So
Wow,
kind of stuck around Minnesota while the kids were under 18, then
interesting.
moved on. But just
Sad story.
maybe not the wild progressive that everyone's making her out to be.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I'm going to look into that. College football last night. Bill Belichick loses his first game as a head coach at North Carolina, as the head coach in North Carolina, as TCU handles them. But I think he's still together with his girlfriend, who's almost 5 decades younger. Deion Sanders defending his decision not to use his 2 timeouts remaining in CU's loss to Georgia Tech Friday night. Wow, that was horrible. But the Buffs make money, lots of money, lots and lots of money. We coming. CSU plays host to UNC after losing to Washington over the weekend, but they played well. Wyoming, they play host to Northern Iowa this weekend. And the Broncos prepare for week number 1 coming up on Sunday. NFL actually kicks off on Sunday. 53 in Aurora, 51 in Lafayette, 54 in Denver. Jeff and Billy continue. Blake Olson, News Talk 710 KNUS.
Fair skies. Overnight low temperatures will be in the lower to middle 50s with September starting. The night's longer, the night's a little cooler. Highs will be in the 80s Tuesday under sunny skies. Lower 80s Wednesday. Partly sunny and isolated late-day thunderstorm. A few isolated showers and thunderstorms Thursday and Friday with highs 70s and 80s, nights 50s. Weather is a service of L&L Heating and Air Conditioning. For quick, trustworthy, and dependable service, call L&L Heating and Air Conditioning at 720-851-1691. Visit them online at bestdenverhvac.com. You'll be comfortable with L&L. Meteorologist Don Day in the 710 KNUS Weather Center.
Well, a heartbreaking tragedy out of Houston. An 11-year-old boy was shot and killed while playing Ding Dong Ditch. Prank kids have played for years. Homeowner opened fire, and now the family is grieving an unimaginable loss. I mean, it's just I just see it as an innocent childhood thing that a lot of us engaged in. I can see where it could become abusive if it's regular, late at night concerns, but I just don't see jumping to the level of grabbing a firearm and shooting the kid as he's running away when you can have conversations with the family. You could call the police. You could file harassment charges, but now this guy charged with murder going away for the rest of his life, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Breadman texting in, my dad once confronted people toilet paper in the house in tighty-whities and a BB gun.
That's nice.
That'll get you running away.
Yeah, I have a series.
You won't come back after you see that.
Yeah, no. I have a series of toilet paper stories, that some of which involve law enforcement, that we will not share right now this morning.
We got TP'd one time.
One time, yeah.
And it was done by some girls, and they were great girls, and they like TP'd us in a decorative fashion.
Oh, wow.
With really nice toilet paper. Then they lost the keys to their car and had to ring the doorbell and get my parents to get a flashlight with them to search.
Oh, no way.
Sarah, you know who you are. Sarah's great.
There was a family that was causing problems for a friend of mine. So looking back, this probably wasn't the nicest thing in the world to do, but oh boy, was it hilarious. Now, they had an automatic sprinkler system. Now, I'm not going to say who in our group had this idea, but boy, was it brilliant. In addition to the TP, we went and bought one of those big, like, 40 pound boxes of laundry flakes. So it's dry laundry detergent, and we sprinkled it all over the front lawn.
Oh, no.
So at
that
5
would probably ruin their lawn.
Yeah, that happened.
Bill Thorpe.
And what happened, the best part about it, though, is the sprinkler system pops up in the morning and everything foams.
Right?
Yes, it was so neat.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, it was awful. Yes, we caused damage from that. Yes, absolutely.
Let's go to the phone lines. Charles in Texas. Good morning, Charles. You're on with Jeff and Bill.
Morning. Hey, Charles, are you there?
Oh,
there you are.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sleeping.
Oh, it's okay.
Hey. Yeah, I heard the prank about the pranks, and I grew up in a small town in North Dakota a long time ago, and we used to be the big pranksters in town, and we did lots of stuff besides ringing doorbells. But our ultimate prank was one night we took a 5-gallon can of gas and poured it down the middle of the street and lit it on fire. And it was a whole block long.
Ooh.
That's risky. That is arson risky.
That is beyond anything I ever had the stones to do. That is amazing. I'm impressed.
Well, that was an escalation of some of the things that we had been doing. So.
Isn't that, Charles, how it always happens?
Right.
There's always an escalation. It's always, it's never a good idea.
And then
it's
you
always
go,
like we gotta
maybe
do
we
more
went a little too far. Now, Charles, question for you. This guy that shot the 11-year-old is now being brought up on first-degree murder charges. You agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything so extreme in my life.
I know. Think about, Charles, think about where we are as a society that now the pranks and things that we would think like ding dong ditch that would be innocuous. I mean, to your friend's credit, this kid wasn't pouring gasoline down the middle of the street and then lighting it on fire. He was ringing a doorbell and running away, and now we've decided that's a shooting. This is a little crazy as far as our response to the idea that someone has inconvenienced us or has come into our personal space. Our response is getting a little extreme at times, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Kids can't be kids anymore.
Yeah, and that time that's when you made decisions, and you made bad decisions and good ones, and you learned a lot from those type of innocuous decisions about ringing doorbells and running away, stuff like that. That's where you learned a lot of life lessons.
Yeah, we used to ring church bells.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
What's going on at the church over there? I don't know. It's 2 a.m. The bells are ringing.
Yeah,
it was a small town, and sometimes they left the church doors open. So we rang the bells.
Okay, now this is, am I going to do this, Charles? Okay, because you shared that. I'm going to share this story that my mom, if she's listening, does not know about. That, yes, there was a church that was also connected to a university here in town. That one night, just out of happenstance, one of the doors was open, and yes, we climbed up in the tower, and we couldn't figure out what to do or how to ring the bells, and then it turns out they were actually electronic recorded, and the bell that was there was just for show. It didn't actually ring or nothing, so we couldn't do anything. So we were like, hey, this isn't cool, and then we turned around and looked at each other and went, oh, we're still in trouble if someone shows up, so we better get out of here now. Yes, yeah, that happened, but oh man, that is fantastic.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Now they've got these Ring cameras at all the houses now. It's a lot harder to get away with ding dong ditch. I guess you could cover your face, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it feels like we're taking away stuff from the kids.
Yeah. Such innocent stuff that people this guy obviously got overly excited, but you know.
Well, Charles, Texas, great call.
Thanks, Charles.
Sure appreciate it. Feel free to join the conversation. Was this a justified shooting in your mind? 11-year-old killed while playing ding dong ditch, running away about a block away when he got shot. Are these kids out of control these days? And this is a warning to everyone out there. Was this a justified shooting, or is this way over the top? This kid was doing what kids have been doing for years. and shouldn't have to worry about being shot for it. And this is a justifiable charging of first-degree murder.
What gets me is the kid's running away. That to me is you have a hard time proving that you still feel in danger or threatened when someone is running away. And I'm talking regardless of the situation. Now, I understand the emotions involved in I'm going to teach you a lesson. I get that once the person is running away because you want to hold them responsible somehow. But I think in this situation, in this instant, this is egregious to say this is how I'm going to teach the kid a lesson.
If you're going to chase him or if you're going to teach him a lesson, chase him.
Yes. In fact, Jeff, later on this morning, we are going to talk about a kid, a young man here in Denver who is learning a lesson for acting out in public.
That's right.
The same
Dude,
thing.
On that note, so I've got
share with
the trial, or not trial. What is this thing called? It is a...
it's not official charges. It's something else.
Yeah, hold on. I'll pull it up. But the guy that kicked me in the back, it's called a disposition.
Yeah.
So he could plead guilty or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. Are we going to continue to go forward?
Yes, and I've given Denver County Court permission to do that, or Denver City Attorneys. Yeah, of course, plea deal. My goal is not to ruin this guy's life. No. On that note, though, okay, we all remember another person downtown that was shot in the midst of a protest.
I appreciate you bringing this up.
Okay,
yes.
Lee Keltner.
Yes.
I've thought about this since then. Okay. I was kicked in the back, and I pursued the guy to get his face on camera because I wanted to identify him and then make sure that charges were brought up, okay? Yeah. I've tried to reconcile in my mind how you would get to a point in a confrontation downtown where you would feel the need to pull out a gun and shoot the other person, right?
Yeah.
Like this escalation jump that takes place. Like I was assaulted and it hurt. It hurt for like 2-3 days afterwards.
Yeah, it did.
I had a sore back. Okay. Never once. And I had security with me, armed security. Yeah. Never once in that entire confrontation did I believe that what was happening required somebody to pull a gun to shoot somebody. Okay. Same thing with this ding dong ditching where I'm going, how? Like there's something broken in your mind when that type of interaction you feel like justifies pulling a weapon to either intimidate or pull the trigger to kill somebody.
Yeah.
I just, even with Lee Kellner, I can't go, I don't see
now,
why you couldn't just walk away.
Yeah, in the Keltner confrontation, it did get a lot more kinetic, and I believe Lee did deploy bear spray.
Bear spray,
yeah.
Right.
But we can all agree that in a response to bear spray, pulling the trigger of a weapon, in my mind, steps over the line. That isn't in that situation is an unreasonable response. And we found out that the security guard, this is the crazy part for me, wasn't trained properly. Nor licensed properly. And so to look at the idea of a person that wasn't trained or licensed properly for that job to then make a bad decision, yes, of course we could expect that to happen. And why nothing has been done about that per se is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
Just to push it to that level.
Yeah, it
to
is.
where a gun needs to be drawn. I don't know, either in this case or what happened. But yeah, at 8:30 today is a disposition. So he could plead guilty and just be done, move on.
Which, again, the individual that picked up their firearm and shot at the 11-year-old boy as he was running away after ding-dong ditching could have taken another path. You took a different path. You just found out who it was and then filed charges. Right. You didn't chase him down to beat him up or to hurt him. Oh. You didn't chase him down to be aggressive with him. You didn't call him names. None of that. Yet in two different situations, when in your case, you're physically assaulted. In the other case, we have a doorbell that is being rung and two different reactions by people that were the victims, yourself and the guy that's involved in shooting the kid.
Well,
two totally different reactions.
Have you been ding-dong ditched before?
Oh, yeah.
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 I mean, it is a little jarring because you open the door and there's no one there. And you're like, wait, what? And then your mind has to go, oh, yeah. You got me. And in the case where I got ding-dong ditched, I was like, oh, son, you done messed up.
Here's the thing. Our dog, our dog is like, okay, she's a medium-sized dog, but that doorbell goes off or someone knocks at the front door, she's like, it's go time. She's like, I will eat their face. All you have to do is open that door and let me at them. She is so intimidating. And yeah, so I'm not worried about it.
Did it ever cross your mind, though, that you needed to shoot somebody?
No, not at all.
Of course not.
No.
So, see, there's like a brokenness.
Yeah,
where,
exactly.
Where somebody feels the need to escalate to that level.
Oh, yeah.
In either of these cases.
Yeah.
But
When the kids have rang the doorbell and run away, I've been like, that's funny. Okay. And part of it is karma. I'm like, I did that enough. I deserve that.
Yes,
Fine.
exactly. There is a sense that you did that. And
yeah. Again, no big deal. And I do think that part of it is I do come to the door at least to look, only because that's the reward for the kid. The kid's looking for you to watch. He's got to be out there somewhere going, oh, I got another one. Yeah, fine. Okay, yes, you got me. That's fine. Don't come back 12
or
times.
the chasing.
Yeah.
The chasing is a bit of a reward in itself.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's it.
Because
You come
can
back, you keep going.
outrun the old guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I'll catch you in about 3 houses. After that, then we'll talk. If it's an endurance test, I got some problems. But yeah, a short sprint, I'm going to get you. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see Bill just ding dong, boom, out the door.
What I am is
down the
I am
street.
like. Here's the thing: is I am deceptive like a hippopotamus. You don't understand how fast hippopotamuses can run when they're motivated. However, they're not endurance runners. In short sprints, they are fantastically quick. That's what I am. I am deceptively quick, but in short distances. That's it. That's all it
Feel
is.
free to join the conversation. Again, the story: boy fatally shot after ding dong ditching doorbell ringing prank out in Houston. The guy's been charged with murder. Deserves it in my mind. 303-696-1971. Text us on the Dan Caplis Law text line, 720-819-5115. Want to talk to you about my friends at Mountain High Appliance. Labor Day honors hard work, and KitchenAid has been one of the hardest working brands since 1919. Mountain High is clearing out KitchenAid's floor models to make room for new arrivals so they can take advantage of the guaranteed lowest price. So you can take advantage of the guaranteed lowest price. Mountain High has Colorado's most experienced sales staff, so why would you go anywhere else? Get the Mountain High Appliance. Get to Mountain High Appliance today and experience the difference. Great sales opportunity there. All right, we'll continue. You're listening to Jeff and Bill.
This is Denver's Talk Leader, News Talk 710 KNUS.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. Text messages are really hot on this one.
Yeah, they are.
About the 11-year-old boy killed over ding-dong ditching. 9757. Wait, Jeff engaged in ding-dong ditching? My whole view of him has been rocked to its core.
That's wonderful.
Kidding, of
That's
course, you don't know how bad I was.
Oh, yeah.
I had a big conversion. I was one of those guys that was going one direction, came back.
Okay, now this is not a story for now or today, but at some point in younger Jeff's life, his parents gave him a choice of military school or, again, that's
church
a story
camp
for another day. Yes.
Yep.
But not today.
And my best friend died of a drug overdose. My next-door neighbor is in prison for first-degree murder.
Yeah.
So to give you a sense, we were not the best kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. I was there the day Lee Keltner was shot. I saw 9 News setting up. The whole thing was a setup to get a MAGA person to fight. Interesting.
Yeah, I respond to the person that while I can never prove it, I do have a feeling that Channel 9 was looking for some sort of confrontation. I don't believe they envisioned this level of confrontation.
Interesting.
I believe that they were setting up and they were looking for some yelling, something else. I just believe that there was some motivation on some level. Was it the number one thing on the list? Probably not. But were they looking for some sort of confrontation? Yes. I believe at some level. And again, this is only my opinion. I have no way at all to prove it. And I am talking out of, give it at least one of the orifices, if not more of them on my body. But it's only my opinion. But I do feel they were looking for some sort of confrontation.
Mountain Peak Air texted in, such a poignant conversation today. The only justification for firing is to stop a life-threatening situation, and even then, it's a maybe.
Yeah.
This Houston shooter needs to be made an example of, perhaps alive on TV hanging. Tar and feather. Prison is too nice for this guy. Good things this is happening in Texas. He might lose his life.
Yeah, he sure could.
Also got a text message from the very talented and brilliant George Brockler.
Oh, yeah.
Just imagine if this was a 25-year-old drunk man. What if instead of doorbell ditching, it was the guy trying to break into his car, gets discovered, runs down the street to get away, and then the guy shoots and kills him? Is the analysis any different? I don't think so, and I think he's exactly right. And anyone who's gone through a concealed carry training knows, I mean, it is hammered into you during this. It's like you pull that trigger, every shot has a lawyer behind it.
Yep.
Every pull of that trigger has a lawyer behind it. You have to defend in court
and
the reason why you pulled that trigger.
The other thing that I had learned going through hunter safety class and firearms safety, and I still remember the instructor talking about this, that if you're going through personal safety, he said that there was a huge legal set of rules and regulations that change once that person that is threatening you is facing you, and then when you can see their back. He said there are a whole bunch of other things that you can be held legally responsible for once you see their back. They said, so that changes things. If you're looking them in the face, that's one series of, of laws and things that can happen. Once you see their back, he said there's a whole nother series of laws, most of them targeted at not letting you pull the trigger. He said that's kind of what you have to remember. Once you see their back, he goes, you have to think not just second time, but 3 times before you pull that trigger.
All right, Bill, let's do it quick. Let's give the people what they want. Some You Choose the News.
Yes, it is that part of the morning we missed you yesterday where we get to play America's favorite fake radio news game show. You Choose the News. Yes, I've spent moments this weekend scouring the interwebs for really dumb stories, and boy, there were a lot of them, before giving these stories really ridiculous headlines to play this fake radio news game show because nobody in charge is awake at this hour. And as always, we bring in Blake Olson from the news department because always, as you're ding-dong ditching, you need to have one kid you can outrun. So Blake may be the fall guy, just saying. All righty. We love you, though. Okay.
I love it.
Here we
Let's
go.
race tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. Oh, God, you and I race. That would be hilarious. It would be like those mascots at the baseball games, like the Wiener races at the Brewer games. That's what it would look like. The real bet would be not who's going to win, who's going to fall down first.
Who's going to die?
Yes. Can they both make it the 40 yards? That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, because we're both not making it. Okay, here we go. Now, here are the choices this morning, gentlemen. Headline number 1, accidental customer service. Headline number 2, intelligence check. Headline number 3, it's a miracle. And headline number 4, putting the pieces together. Mr. Hunt.
Intelligence check.
Yes, intelligence check. Well, here, unfortunately, we were talking about a man being taken into custody. We have another one. Sean O'Donnell, 37, was taken into custody at his home in Houston, Texas, earlier last month in connection to a shooting of one of his really good friends, a 34-year-old from England. How and why did he shoot his friend?
Stupid.
Well, the two pals took turns shooting each other in the head with a rifle while wearing Kevlar helmets inside the home. Yes, they thought because they were Kevlar, they were going to be bulletproof. Well, they
Darwin
found out
Awards.
not necessarily. Yes. Yeah, they were inside Mr. O'Donnell's home, firing at each other with a rifle, wearing the bullet-resistant helmets when Mr. Prout was seriously injured by the gunfire and later died from his injuries. Yes.
wow.
Understand when your friend says, hey, put this on and let me shoot at you, not so much of a friend. Just saying, it's a surprising statement for any friend to make.
He did win the game, though.
Yes, he did. Yes. Okay, sir. Accidental customer service. It's a miracle. That was a good one. Or putting the pieces together.
It's a miracle.
All right, it's a miracle. Yes, a couple at Burning Man were met with an unexpected guest, a new baby. Yes, the baby was, and I love this in the story, in air quotes, spontaneously born August 27th in Black Rock City, Nevada, where the festival takes place. Kayla Thompson told the New York Times she was asleep with her husband in the RV camper when she suddenly experienced a lot of pain. Minutes later, she was giving birth to the couple's first child, a 3-pound, 9-ounce baby girl who's doing great. They didn't even know she was pregnant at the time. No symptoms or anything. Even the nurses at the hospitals are like, your body doesn't show any signs of pregnancy. Now, after the wife's birth, Casey Thompson recalls running outside, and this is my favorite part of the story. After they give birth, miraculously, middle of the morning, RV in Nevada, runs outside, and he asks, anybody come and help? He found a neonatal nurse and a pediatric doctor and an obstetrician. All at Burning Man. All at Burning Man.
Yes.
At Burning Man, you run outside and you find an entire medical team? All right. We don't have time for the third one. We'll worry about that later. All righty.
That is impressive. Way to go.
Yeah,
All right, you're listening to Jeff and Bill.
This is Denver's Talk Leader, News Talk 710 KNUS.